Oh, hi. It's Chelsea. Welcome back to another plan with me. We're planning out the week of March 16th through the 22nd of 2026, aka the week of my niece's birthday. She turned 4, and then funny story, I almost forgot to put her damn birthday on the day that it happened in my planner. So that's cool. For this particular week, I used the Idols kit from Pink Planner Shop. This is a printable. Pink Planner Shop just does printables at this point. I think she print partners with somebody, but I couldn't tell you who it is. I don't know how all that works. That's not my wheelhouse. I apologize. Paired with it, these underlays, which are very bright and pretty cool, actually. These are from Planet Hannah. They're like the idol underlays, I don't remember, in Lavender Hollow. Sorry, that was probably loud. I'm trying to think. This week was my niece's birthday. Unfortunately, she did leave on Tuesday, so 2 days before her birthday, she went back to her mother's house. We celebrated a little bit of her birthday the weekend prior. Just, it wasn't like anything spectacular. I didn't get her anything. I just don't know what to get her for her birthday anymore. She doesn't play with toys. She's not like a toy kid. She likes to take the toys out of the toy box and throw them on the floor, but she doesn't play with them. So it is what it is. I'm trying to think. This week, the saga was that I was trying to get new windshield wipers for my car. Okay, because the passenger side on the front was like the rubber of it was ripping off. And so I knew I needed to get a new windshield wiper blade because I did not want to scratch up my window. I just paid off my car the week prior. So I really didn't want to scratch the windshield because I didn't want to buy a new windshield. So I tried to go to Walmart because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And my parents are like, go to the parts store and just tell them you need new windshield wiper blades. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because I know what they're going to do. They're going to be rude to me. And they're like, well, if they have any, like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, you're a guy. You go to the parts store and you're like, I want this. And they give you that. Okay. That's not what happens when you're a girl and you go to a parts store. And he was like, well, that's unprofessional. And I was like, that's part of being a girl. Welcome to my life. I'm just saying. And then I have no idea. Like, I had no idea what I wanted. I had nothing. So I go to Walmart and I'm like trying to figure out what wiper blades I need. I'm freaking out because I have no idea what I'm doing. And then on top of all of it, they didn't have what I needed, which pissed me off even more. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, it pissed me off even more that they did not have the license plate, the windshield wipers that I needed. So I threw an absolute shit fit. Okay, I did. All right. So then, Tuesday, I was on the internet trying to figure out which ones I wanted to buy, and I was just like, this is not working. So I finally did a smart thing on Wednesday. I texted my friend Rich, who is a mechanic, and I said, help me. Because I'm like, this is like really pissing me off. Like, he gets like the rare side of me that's like overstimulated, freaking out, like all of the things. And so he literally sent me a screenshot of what to order. So I got my windshield wipers. And then I told my parents about it, and they were just like, you could have gone to the parts store and bought wipers from them. And I'm like, no, I don't think I could have. Anyway, Monday, work, read. I went to Dollar Tree. I marked that I put in a Torrid order, but I think I may have gotten a Torrid delivery this day. Because I think I put in that I did a Torrid order like a few weeks prior. I don't remember. Maybe I did put in another order to Torrid. I don't remember. I had to go to Walmart. Like I said, I was trying to find windshield wipers. That didn't work. I was pissed off, so I backed a game on Kickstarter. Game found. Don't remember which one. Tuesday, I went to work. I read. I was super annoyed on this day because bullshit at work. And then I put in an Amazon order. I don't remember what I bought. And then I did journal. I've been trying to journal more. I bought more stickers and things like that to go into my journal to make it more fun for my brain. Because I don't want to talk about the things that I'm talking about in my journal, but I need to. So, yada yada blah blah blah. Wednesday, went to work again. I went to work every day this week, except for Friday, and I'll tell you why. I was super stressed out again. This is honors night bullshit. I'm so fucking over honors night. You know what? I don't want to talk about this right now. Anyway, Wednesday, super stressed out. I put in my O'Reilly order to order my windshield wipers. I made dinner. I think I was home alone this evening. And then I put in an order to Scribble Prints Go. On Wednesday, it was my niecey Pooh's birthday. Like I said, she turned 4. I went to work. And then after work, I did drop off some mail because Friday was the start of our spring break. And so I didn't want the mail to be sitting in the mail crate all weekend, or actually all weekend plus another week plus a weekend, like 2 weekends in a week of sitting in a mail crate. So I ended up dropping the mail off to be delivered or to be taken care of, whatever. And then on Thursday, I actually put in an order to Clean Simple Eats because I wanted to try their, what is it called? Their, I don't remember. I think it's their variety pack. I don't remember. And I had a YouTube binge. Friday, like I said, was the start of spring break, so we did not have school. I got in a package from Old Navy, a package from O'Reilly, and a package from Amazon. I did get those windshield wipers put on. I was so happy. I did some printing and cutting, folded my laundry, and then I worked on my reading journal. On Saturday, I'm super ahead, I apologize. On Saturday, I had some coffee and YouTube, cleaned the bathroom, put the laundry away, dusted. I was home alone again this evening, so I made dinner, and then I also made blondies. I made these cinnamon sugar blondies. They were quite delicious. I finished reading People We Meet on Vacation. I was not a huge fan of that book, and I think I'm just not a huge fan of Emily Henry in general. And then on this day, I also did resume my Discovery Plus subscription because I had canceled it because my stepdad was like, you need to review your finances, blah, 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 blah. And so I canceled Discovery Plus. And then on this day, I was like, I really want to watch the Food Network. So I resumed my Discovery Plus. Suck it. On Sunday, had coffee and YouTube. I started reading. So People We Meet on Vacation was a physical book that I owned. I got rid of it, of course, but because I didn't like it. But I started reading The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, I think is his name. And I ended up switching to audiobook because I find myself struggling so much with gravitating towards a physical book, and I think it's 90% convenience. It's just so much easier for me to pull up my book on my phone. And so I ended up switching this one to an audiobook so that I could listen to it, and at a higher rate of speed because it's a horror book and I needed to know what happened. So I did eventually switch to audiobook for that. And then I had some planning time, and then my mom and I went out to lunch, and I'm trying to remember. I think we ended up, was this the day we were going to get groceries, and then we just decided not to? I think that might have happened. I think we went out with the intention of getting groceries, and then we were sitting at lunch, and my mom was like, I don't really want to get groceries, and I was like, I really don't either. So we ended up going to Goodwill, because the restaurant we went to was right next to a Goodwill. So we went to Goodwill. I actually did find some capris, which was pretty cool. Some like nicer capris that I think I can wear to work. Based on what everybody else is wearing to work, I think I'll be okay. But then I had to get gas because it was cheaper where we were at than it is at home. And then I took a shower to end the night because I needed to shower because... Well, I was going to say I had to go to work the next day, but I didn't. We ended up, oh, we made plans to go to Sam's Club the next week. So you'll see that in next week's Plan With Me, or the next Plan With Me that I upload. I don't know when I'm uploading it. But you'll see that in the next Plan With Me, the Flintstones Plan With Me. We ended up going to Sam's Club, which was fine. We just spent too much money and my stepdad got pissed. It's fine. I feel like everything we bought there was needed, except maybe like a couple things, but like who cares, right? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any questions about where stickers are from, I always leave them linked in the description for you. But if you have a question about where a specific sticker is from, always leave that in the comments for me and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching, and until I see you next time, bye-bye.